as time goes on, did any South African come to enroll in your school, or
No. Actually,
so
South
you were
Africans
basically
don't
the
travel
only?
much. I was the only
Really?
one. Yes, we don't travel that much. No.
So, what about the food? Which was your favorite Filipino dish
There
while
was
in the
this
Philippines?
fish from Takupan. You know that fish? It's like catfish that they bake. I don't know how they do it, fry or bake. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, that was the best fish ever.
Bangus?
No, not bangus. You know it's catfish. It's really
Oh, the
catfish.
black one that has
Yes, yes. Then they used to grill it and buy it. It was just I forgot what it's called, but that was just the best thing I had in
heat
Philippines.
heat. I've forgotten the
Crispy
name.
hito, crispy hito. I think yes, crispy hito. It was just the best. That was my favorite food. And bangus, of course. How can I forget bangus? Bangus as
And of
well.
course, rice.
Yes, with rice.
So now you eat rice.
Definitely. Yeah, now I eat rice. Like
Are you okay?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. What's happening in South Africa?
Oh, okay. It started with the former president. He was arrested for corruption. He stole money and built a mansion. So initially, he didn't finish his term. People like protested, and then he had to step down. So they got him arrested, and then now they were protesting that why did they arrest him? That's how it started. And then people took to the streets. They were looting, damaging shops, burning malls. It was crazy last week. The whole of last week was just crazy. But now everything's back to normal, you know. Hopefully they'll rebuild like because most of these things happened in really poor communities like
Uh-huh.
townships. So I hope they rebuild everything that they burnt and damaged.
Well, your
But they've
country is still
started
better than mine.
very they didn't really damage much. It was just mainly in one
You've
province.
been to
So
Nigeria?
no, never.
No.
I've never been there, no. So
But
yeah,
you wanna go there?
of course, I should go there one day.
So do you want someone to invite you, or you just want to
Anyone
go on
can
your
invite me. No, invite me. I wouldn't want to go there alone. I feel like in order to experience like the whole country, the different cultures, I should go with someone so I can still go to the village, you know? I want to
I
just
actually thought you were
explore.
still in the Philippines.
No, I left in 2012 in December. Yeah. No,
2012.
2017. Sorry. 2017. Yeah, 2017.
So, how was life in the Philippines?
It was good overall. Um, yeah, I can't complain much. Like, I had a culture shock at first, but as time went by, you know, I think being in a relationship also helped me. I wasn't lonely. I wasn't, you know, I was not alone the whole time. So it
Yeah.
was quite good for me. It was an experience. Like, I learned a lot. And yeah,
So, what actually made you left your country to the Philippines?
I had a cousin who was studying nursing and she was doing her master's. So she's the one who invited me to
To
come
the
study.
Philippines.
Yeah.
Before going to the Philippines, you don't want to study in your country?
I didn't want to be here. I wanted to travel. Like I always used to tell my mom, please, I want to travel after high school. I want to go study somewhere else abroad, experience. You know, I like experiencing and traveling, you know. I don't like to be stuck in one place. So yeah.
So, ever since you left the Philippines, you've been traveling around, or you're just back
No,
in
I
South?
came back home and I'm studying again, but I'm doing my final semester. This
What
is
are
my
you
final
studying again?
semester. Become economics and extended econometrics.
Sorry?
Become economics and extended econometrics.
What did you study in the
Economics,
Philippines?
pharmacy.
So, why you changing?
I don't know. It's you know when I was coming back, it was a thing of like, what am I going to do now? Because, with the whole license and everything. So my mom just said I should study another degree and just finish, and then I'll go back to whatever I want to do once
So now
I'm done
you
with this
have different
degree.
degrees now.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So what were the culture shocks that you experienced in the Philippines?
Like, firstly, with the whole bathing thing, I was used to bathtubs and most showers were cold. I didn't understand why till like I now understood that okay, some parts of it are hot. Like in Baguio. In Baguio, we
Mm.
had to use the first apartment I stayed in. We had to use like it was like a bucket to warm up water because it's so cold. So you can't really shower with the direct cold water because it's quite
Mm.
cold in Baguio.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that whole thing of bathing with a bucket and the food, they eat so much rice and I was just not really a rice fan. And the whole, the cuisine, basically the food, I really miss like African food, home food. So yeah, but I got used to it. Yeah. And also the
So,
people.
mm,
So some people, I had a great experience with people. Actually, I had amazing friends. But sometimes, you'll meet people who make like silly jokes. I didn't really understand the whole thing till I understood that, it's not all of them, it's just some people. They can really
what
make
kind
you
of
feel
joke?
uncomfortable. Like that you're from Africa, because another thing, I'm from South Africa. So they used to think that maybe when I say South Africa, I'm talking about the whole continent. And then they'll ask me where, till I notice that actually they don't know that it's a country. So I have to first explain that, oh no, it's a country. So they used to think that no, Africa is like a village, one big village. So now you have to start explaining that no, actually we're from different places. I'm not from Nigeria because there was a lot of Nigerians. So all the time when they meet you, like, oh, you're from Nigeria, then you have to explain, no, I'm not from Nigeria. And then they'll ask you like, how's South Africa? So,
They,
you know,
they should know you're not South African. The way you speak is quite different from us. Nigerians are
yeah.
so noisy, but you're
Oh
calm.
yeah.
No one noticed that.
Yeah, of course. But in the first university I went to, University of Baguio, I was the only South African there. But there were a lot
Ah,
of people from Swaziland, which is like a country in South Africa. So we are basically one. So yeah, it was great. It was you meet different kinds of people, and
but
yeah.
as time goes on, did any South African come to enroll in your school, or
No, actually,
so
South
you were
Africans
basically
don't
the
travel
only?
much. I was the only
Really?
one. Yes, we don't travel that much. No.
So, what about the food? Which was your favorite Filipino dish
There
while
was
in the
this
Philippines?
fish from Takupan. You know that fish? It's like catfish that they bake. I don't know how they do it, fry or bake. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, that was the best fish ever.
Bangus?
No, not bangus. It's catfish. It's really
Oh, the
catfish.
black one that has
Yes, yes. Then they used to grill it and buy it. It was just I forgot what it's called, but that was just the best thing I had in
heat
Philippines.
heat. I've forgotten the
Crispy
name.
hito, crispy hito. I think yes, crispy hito. It was just the best. That was my favorite food. And bangus, of course. How can I forget bangus? Bangus as
And of
well.
course, rice.
Yes, with rice.
So now you eat rice
Definitely. Yeah, now I eat rice like a lot. Even back home, I eat rice a lot
because
now.
all thanks to Philippines.
Yeah. And soy sauce, like everything. The chili, the
Sorry, sir.
lime.
The
Yes.
calamansi.
Yes. It was just
So,
ish.
what about the language?
Yo, Tagalog. I didn't learn Tagalog, guys. Just a little bit here and there. But it's a very
How long did
difficult
you spend in the
language.
Philippines?
Around about 4 years or 3.5 years.
Uh,
Yeah.
so, which was the little here and there Tagalog you learned?
Maganda. Just common words. I've even forgotten. But yeah, just common words, not much because I was not really hanging around Filipinos that much.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you graduated. How was life as a pharmaceutical student in the Philippines?
It was actually the lecturers were quite helpful. My first year was a bit challenging because with the whole moving, I'm still getting used to the new place, Jeep rides and whatever. I used to be late, so I really struggled with my first year. So eventually, when I started looking for help, I actually regretted why I didn't do it earlier. And I got help, and yeah, later on, I adjusted. And then socially, I met a lot of people from class. We used to help each other in the lab and everything. It was a very great experience because you also meet different foreign students from other continents, not just Africa. So I had friends from everywhere. It was just amazing. I
So
loved it. It was a
who
great
who
experience.
okay. Okay, so I was going to ask you whose decision was it for you to study pharmacy?
My mom decides everything. She's the one because I feel like she knows me better than anyone. So I
Hmm.
trust her decision. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So how is pharmacy in your country compared to that of the Philippines?
Actually, yeah, I think it's kind of more challenging compared to the Philippines because actually the Philippines, it's more of lab. We do it more practically. And then, in Africa, we do more of theory. So I got to understand that different medicinal plants, which was a challenge also because most names were in Tagalog. So now
Oh
having
yeah.
to learn cram Tagalog words and also learn them in English, it was challenging. I won't lie, it was very challenging, but you have to step up to the
Why were they
challenge.
taking in Tagalog? Was it mostly Tagalog?
Not mostly, but some plants, um, they have Tagalog names, and they'll still have an English name. But in the
Uh-huh.
test, they'll ask you for both.
Really?
Yes, there was our last exam. We had to cram like 100 plants, their uses, and medicinal names, English names, Tagalog name. So yeah,
Interesting. So from what you said, I think your stay in the Philippines was wow.
it
So did
was
you did
great,
you
Shame.
did you
Mhm.
miss the Philippines?
I do. I miss the Philippines. I miss the people. I had a great experience. I won't lie. I built relationships, friendships, lifetime friendships with different kinds of people. So it was a really great experience. Like I learned a lot about myself as well. I really do miss it, but
You plan to go back or?
of course, I will go back to visit, see my friends. Of
uh
course, it's worth going back to. It's a beautiful place.
So as a young woman you are right now, did you ever dreamed of being where you are right now?
Well, yeah, of course. Every day I wake up, I thank God that I'm actually where I used to pray to be. I've
uh
grown as a woman. I'm not the same woman I was in the Philippines. I've become a different woman entirely. And I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm still going to travel. I'm still going to experience. Yeah, I look forward to the person I'm becoming every day.
Since you love your mama so much, how
Yeah.
was living in the Philippines without her?
It was hard. The first few months was really hard. I used to cry. But what
You cry.
saved me, yes, because when it was my first time traveling and being away from my parents. So at least my cousin was there, but I couldn't exactly depend that she would be there forever because she was also leaving in 6 months. So it was really tough. But like I said, I was in a relationship, so it really helped me. Like my ex boyfriend really helped me to just grow, and understand that it's where I am. So I just have to live within the moment and just grow.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to the young people out there who would love to leave their countries and travel abroad to go study someday or are already traveled?
Um, Firstly, I just advise you to Focus on your main goal, why you traveled in the beginning, and let it drive you. And write down your goals also, and experience their culture, experience their traditions, and live. Like, don't just stick to, okay, maybe because we are all Africans, let's just be Africans. Get to relate, get to know people, get to grow, get to, you never know, you're building lifetime context because different kinds of people from different kinds of parts of the world travel to study. So give it your all and just live within the moment so that you will never regret anything. And just make sure you do what you have to do and don't forget who you are at the end of the day. Yeah.
So the last but not the least is,
Mhm.
do you have a boyfriend?
No, I actually don't have a boyfriend at the moment. I'm just me because I'm planning to travel, so I didn't want to, you know, be in a relationship and ending up having to sacrifice my dreams of traveling again. So I look forward to what God has for me in store once I travel. I'm really not really into
Anyway, there
relationships at the
there are men
moment.
everywhere. So when you travel, you will meet
Yes, great men. I'm
great
keeping
men.
myself for the future. Yes,
Oh my
of
goodness.
course.
Thank you, my
Yeah.
dear. Thank you so
All
much for
right.
the
All
lecture.
right. Okay.
And I don't know the next time I'm gonna meet you, but it
We'll
was nice
definitely
meeting
meet. Don't worry.
you.
Thank you so much for having me
Thank you.
also.
And do have a wonderful day. Please stay
Have a
safe during
wonderful
this
day.
process.
Yes, stay safe as well. And kiss Majesty for me,
I
please. Your
will.
baby's so beautiful.
Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right.
I will.
Bye bye.
Bye.